All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do a review on a light bar that I purchased on Amazon. Not too sure how you pronounce it, but it's either Xridonsen or Xridonsen. But this is what I'll be installing on the interior of my 2025 Tacoma SR. So let's go ahead and open the box and see what's inside. So we have the instructions manual for the light bar. I'm going to put this off to the side. So we have a total of 6 suction cups. This is for the light sequence, the pattern. Some people call this a cigarette lighter, but it's like a 12-volt port. Then we have a total of 4 circular sticky pads. Some screws, washers, and nuts. And then some plates if you do plan on bolting this down to the exterior if you have a roof rack. I do not have a roof rack. So this is it. You do have your clear lights, and then obviously, not too sure if it's picking up well on the camera, but these are your amber, the amber ones. They look orange on my end. So they had different sizes, and I did end up getting the 35 inches, and this will be going on the rear of the interior of my bed truck. Not too sure if I'm gonna hardwire or just do the 12-volt connection, but I'm probably gonna hardwire it to my vehicle. So with that being said, let's go ahead and install this. All right, so I did decide that I will not be needing these screws, washers, and nuts, and this mounting bracket since I don't have a roof rack, so I will not be mounting it to the exterior. So I did decide that I want to hardwire it instead of using the 12-volt connector. So for now, I'll just be needing the light bar, suction cups, and then this controller unit head. It does have a lot of cable slack, which is good. So basically this wire connects to here, so just so it won't be in the way, I'll just go ahead and disconnect it and then connect it back in. Now with that being said, let me see if I can, since it is 35 inches, see if I can center it, and let's get to it. So disregard what I mentioned earlier. You will need these mounting brackets. I thought it was just for the exterior, for if you're going to be using a roof rack, but you do need this in order for that to go hand in hand with the suction cups. Just an FYI. So those are the two mounting bracks, and then it comes with 4 screws. So based on the picture, it's gonna go like this, and then you have your LEDs facing down. So let's go ahead and screw it on there. All right, so you will need a Phillips screwdriver. You can use a flathead or a star. So I just got the star, got an itty bitty one. So like I did mention, the LED lights are going to be facing down. And let's go ahead and complete the other side. Now we can go ahead and add the 4 suction cups. So there are going to be 2 on each side. And then the company was nice enough to provide 2 extra suction cups. So that's going to come in handy in case one of these comes out defective or whatnot. So this little nubby is going to be facing up. Go ahead and wiggle it in. And do the same thing on the other side. All right, so that's what the back looks like. It looks pretty centered to me. And I mean, you can barely, I can see it on my end. Not too sure if it's picking up on the camera, but it looks centered to me on the outside. I didn't want it too high or too low, so I kind of just went off based off the top of the headrest of the rear seats. So like I said, it does look pretty even to me. And so let's go ahead and deal with the Hardwire up next. All right, so you do have some options whenever you do install your light bar. The wiring for the 12 volt and the wiring for the control panel. It can be on either the driver's side or the passenger side. I guess it's just a preference. So I went ahead and just decided to go towards the passenger side. In case I need to hide some wiring, it's towards the passenger, and I rarely have any passengers. So with that being said, let's go ahead and unravel the wiring. So the first one that I unraveled is the one for the control unit head. It has a lot of slack. Not too sure how many feet, but it is quite a lot, which is great. And so I'm gonna go ahead and hide the wiring, and I'll show you exactly where I do that. Okay, so in regards to hiding the wires, I decided to tuck it underneath this trim, and then underneath this rubber gasket. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Go underneath the trim on the rear side and towards the passenger, and then run the wire that way. So let me finish this up, and then we'll catch up towards the front. Okay, so just like I mentioned earlier, I decided to hide the wiring, and I was gonna go ahead and tuck it underneath this rubber lining, but I went ahead and tucked it underneath the plastic trim. So I bought these at Amazon a couple of months ago. I used them previously when I was installing my GMRS radio. So these come in handy. So basically I just entered it on the rubber lining and then just tucked in the wire, and I went ahead and ran it down here, popped up the trim cover with the trim tool, and then I just this is a wire, I went ahead and tucked it in between. There's like a little, it's basically the perfect size for the wiring. I tucked it in here, and what you see here, this is actually the last fit floor covers, so it actually also hides the wiring very well. So the wiring runs through here, underneath here. I tucked it in. I just need to put the cover back on. Fished it out through here, and same thing. I just need to press this down so I can flush, and then I'm just gonna run the remaining wire towards the driver's side. Not too sure if I'm gonna put it underneath the seats or whatnot, but I'm thinking, and hopefully I have enough wire, but I'll still test it out. I want to go ahead and place the control head unit right here. I think it fits perfectly well. It does have the sticky tape, unless you have like a mount and you want to mount it so it can be straight like that, but I think I'm just gonna lay it flush at an angle for now. And then this wire is going to be connected to this end, and by the looks of it, I should have enough wire. I should, but we'll see. If not, then I'll just move it somewhere else, because I really don't want to move it from the passenger side to the driver's side. So we'll see. All right, so I went ahead and just to make sure that the product's working, I went ahead and connected the 12 volt port on here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just turn on the vehicle, not completely. So right now it's off, it is on, and we're gonna go ahead and turn it on from the control panel. So we are getting a flashing green light indication. So it is sequence number 19. I know it's flashing on the camera, but it's not flashing in real life, but it's number 19. And that's what it looks like. So let's go ahead and go to the back of the truck. And that's what it looks like right now. So we know that it is working. Now we're gonna go ahead and hardwire it. So you will need a couple of items. You will need a fuse tap, a tapper fuse, wire cutters, a crimp, and maybe a fuse, maybe. So I already have an assorted fuse kit. I have some wire connectors, just some extra fuses that I had lying around. This is the wire cutter and a crimper, and then some what is it, a wire tapper fuse. So in my previous video, I had already did a hardwire on my GMRS radio. So I already have a tapper fuse on here. So we're gonna go ahead and remove this panel, and so we can go ahead and hardwire it. We'll get to it shortly. All right, so I went ahead and removed the trim from here. So that's part 1 or section 1. So goes like that. And then this piece goes like that. But just in case you're having trouble to remove this piece, for those of you that don't know, you're going to see this little slot. There's a screw down there, and it has a cap. So the cap is literally laying right on top of the screw. Unscrew it. Then you can go ahead and remove this trim panel. Just an FYI. This is the cover for my fuse box. Normally this is in my glove compartment because like I mentioned, I did add a fuse when I installed my GMRS radio. So this is the wire tap over here, and over here is the ground wire. So we're gonna go ahead and remove this this cover as well. You can remove it with your hand. Just be careful not to break off the little notches. Or if you don't have strong hand strength, you can just go ahead and use those little tools, to whatever they're called. But you know what I'm talking about. You just want to make sure that you don't break off these little red nubbies. So like I did mention earlier, this is my ground. So this is the black wire, even though it looks red. When I split it, this is your ground, and then this is the red over here is your power. And let me go ahead and dismount my camera so I can go ahead and show you. This is the added fuse for my GMRS radio. So we're gonna go ahead and find another slot so we can go ahead and add another added fuse. And I'm thinking about using a maybe like a 20 or 25 fuse. So let me go ahead and think about it, and we'll be right back. All right, so I decided that I'm gonna tap a fuse on, you could barely see it, but I'll go ahead and insert a picture on the 25 alpha. So it says door double L. That's where I'm gonna tap it to, and that's basically underneath the other added fuse that I have from my GMRS radio. So it's going to be towards the back area, and I'll try to take a picture as well so you guys can see where I tapped it. So what we're going to do up next, we're going to grab the added fuse, and then for the hardwire, this red wire, I'm just gonna strip it so it can be a little bit longer. This red wire is gonna go here. We're gonna crimp it, and then so this is your the red wire based on is your positive, and then your black is your negative. So this black wire, I'm also gonna strip it, and that's gonna go to the ground. More likely I can stack it up with this one from my GMRS radio, but I am just gonna ground it to this one. But you can double stack it, you should be fine. So let's go ahead and strip the wire, cramp it, and then we'll do the 25 amp. All right, let's get this going. All right, so that's one, and let's do the black one. There you go. So we connected that, and let's go ahead and crimp it. All right, so I had to get another crimping tool because this one sucked. I couldn't squeeze it with this one, it's all rusty. So I went to the storage shed and got another one. So I crimped it through here. Just do a little tug and it's good to go. Now, you will need, what are these? These are called wire connectors. I got them off of Amazon. So I'm gonna grab the blue one and the black wire, which is gonna be your ground. We're gonna put it there, and the ones that I got are shrink. So if you have a heat gun, you can just heat it up, but I am gonna crimp it a little bit and then heat it up. So let's go ahead and do that next. All right, so I went ahead and added the added fuse. Lighting's not too well, so I'll try to take a picture. But like I did say, I went ahead and added it to the 25 amp. I just removed the fuse from the fuse box and then just added it to the added fuse, which is, you know, one of these two slots here. That's all I did. And I went ahead and just added some electrical tape. Now we're gonna go ahead and add the ground on here, which is the black wire. So let's go ahead and ground it. All right, so I made the connection. I went ahead and removed the 12 volt. Let's go ahead and start it up. And get the key fob closer. Let me turn this off because it's going to start beeping. And let's turn it on. All right, that did not work. Okay, so change of plans. I decided just to do the 12 volt plug-in only because for the life of me, I could not get the Hardwire to connect. So I do plan on doing a Hardwire eventually. I'm going to see what I did wrong, but I tapped into several fuses and it would not connect. So just for the time being, I went ahead and connected it towards the rear of the 12 volt port. So I'm not too sure if you can see, but the red light is on. It has a little switch. And this is the control head. It does have a sticky tape on the back. You can go ahead and slide this off. And I'm wanting to mount it here only because it's like a nice perfect fit. So we're going to click on the power button, and right now it's on number 19 and it's already nighttime. It's pretty dark. I mean, it doesn't seem like it is, but it's dark. But that's what it looks like. Let me go ahead and turn off the carport lights. So This is with the carport off, and honestly it's pretty bright. It's factory tint, so it's not dark, but I do plan on tinting it darker. So I'll do another review once I tint all of the windows and see how bright it is, but not bad. And I'll go ahead and start the sequence for you soon. That Hardwire will not get the best of me. We'll leave it like that. So you guys will get an update how I figured it out. It's already late here in Texas. Okay, so quick update. I knew it wasn't gonna get the best of me, just like I mentioned. So the reason why it was not turning on for the Hardwire, it's because for the fuel tap or added tap, this section right here, so the red wire, which is a positive, was loose. Like, it was loose, and I posted it on several Facebook pages, and nobody really answered. So I'm like, you know what, let me just take it off, see what's wrong with it. I went ahead and stripped the extra wire, and sure enough, so these are the two negatives, or which is the ground. So this is where I kept the GMRS ground radio, and then you have another one on top. Here's where I connected the one for the light bar. So you can stack them, or you can use one or the other. Now, in regards to the fuse, exactly where did I connect it? I will go ahead and insert a tape, a picture, but I went ahead and kept on the 15 amp, the 15 alpha, the P outlet number 1. That's where I have the GMRS radio. And then I went ahead and tapped it for the light bar. I went ahead and tapped it still within the same column, the 30 alpha, the 30 amp. That one's called amp number 1. So I'll go ahead and insert a picture now, so I can show you guys that it did work, and it was user error, not like there was nothing wrong with the actual wire and whatnot. So let me go ahead and turn on the truck for you. So I have my radio off, so I'm going to turn it on for you. There you go. So that's working. I'm going to shut it off. And then for the light bar, I went ahead and mounted it here. I'm going to press the power button. As you can see, we are in light sequence number 2. And if I go, let me just go ahead and switch the pattern a little bit so I can show you guys at the back. So let's stick with number 11. There you go. So it's working. So like I told you guys, it was not going to get the best of me. So I'm really glad I was able to do it on my own. Now, if you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you want to subscribe, you can go ahead and subscribe. And thank you to my 12 subscribers. Greatly appreciate it. Until next time, bye. Oh, so forgot to mention, don't forget to go ahead and hide the wiring. So I'm just going to go ahead and hide the wires, and then place the plastic trim up. Alrighty, until next time, peace out.